Hi, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, thank you for clicking. I think I just said that. And if you're not new here, what is up to my Berkeley besties? If you don't know what a Berkeley bestie is, then what are you doing? Berkeley besties are like the best people in the world. And if you don't know that, then that means that you aren't part of the club. This is the Cool People Club. And if you want to join the Cool People Club and become a Berkeley bestie, don't worry, it doesn't take much. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button and have fun with us once a week.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
But yes, I am back, and today my name is Disney because apparently I don't pay my workers. Yeah, but anyways, so this video today is being made because one night while I was sick, I was having this very terrible fever dream of these scary, ugly CGI animals running around the city and just causing drama.
I'm gonna throw up! I'm gonna throw up! I'm gonna throw up!
That's a nitpick, but shouldn't you be tearing them to shreds?
And I've had this dream like once a year for the past I don't know how many years. And you know what's wild about that? Apparently, I've been having this dream because this is a movie that I used to watch as a kid. Crazy, right? Apparently, there is a movie, and there was a movie that I used to see when I was a kid, and this movie has been called The Wild. And so this movie came out in 2006. I was probably 5 years old at the time because my birthday's like at the end of the year. And when I found out that this movie was real and that it wasn't just a dream, I was very surprised. But here's the more surprising part about it. People say that this movie, well, they were saying that it was a Madagascar ripoff. Apparently it came out after Madagascar. Interesting. It did very terrible. When I say it did very terrible, I mean terrible. And the movie apparently was made by Disney. Are you serious? I am so gagged at that. I'm just being real. So anyways, I just thought, why not talk about this Disney movie that nobody probably remembers? So let's just get started. So I sat down and got on Disney Plus and decided to watch the movie before making this video so I could get my detailed thoughts. Because everybody was just saying, this is a ripoff of Madagascar, it's so terrible, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, let me look into this. Let me look back into this, you know? So I could put together my own thoughts on it. And I kind of see what they were talking about, but I also kind of don't agree. Give me a minute. So first, let me tell you the synopsis for the movie. When zoo-dwelling lion cub Ryan wanders off and accidentally gets shipped to Africa where animals are being released into the wild, his father Samson rounds up some animal friends and embark on a journey to rescue his son. Their rescue mission is fraught with danger, both from natural phenomena, like phenomena. Is it phenomena or phenomenon? Phenomena. Both from natural phenomena like volcanoes and from animals, and as they continue their search for the missing cub, they rediscover long dormant survival instincts. That is the synopsis for The Wild. So yes, the movie is about a lion cub basically getting lost or getting taken. It's weird. Like the boy, I know I don't want to like go into the movie step by step, but at the same time I kind of have to. So all I'm gonna say is the way that he got lost was so stupid. Before we get into that, let me tell you some things about this movie. So when I was watching it, I will say I found that this movie was kind of like a mix between Madagascar, The Lion King, and Finding Nemo. It had a mix of all three of those elements, with the father-son like element of Lion King mixed with a little bit of, I guess, the animalness of Lion King, with the lion being like the main characters, and then the wildebeest and their cavern reminded me of Scar and all the hyenas. It was very interesting with that. It took from Madagascar with the main characters, of course, with the giraffe and the lion. They didn't have a zebra, instead they had a koala, and instead of a hippo, they had a squirrel and a snake. Even though there was still a hippo in the movie on one scene, and that cracked me up.
Oh, a bloodthirsty monster!
Where? him!
Oh, he's a killer! Get away from my baby!
Hey! Calm down, lady!
Anyone save my baby!
And the Finding Nemo aspect was, of course, that he was traveling across the world to get to his son, to find his son. Very Finding Nemo. And I feel like, especially since they had already released The Lion King and Finding Nemo, there was no need for them to make The Wild. That kind of didn't make any sense to me. But of course they had to release this movie after Madagascar. This was like their horrible response, I guess, to that kind of competition, but also trying to make an original story, which wasn't so original. And they failed. They failed big time. Like, this movie was a commercial bomb.
We are going to pretend we didn't hear that.
But it's not the first time like Disney has kind of done that. I mean, Disney kind of tried to step on competition a lot, even with their subsidiaries. Like, this side note, this is a huge side note. Remember when Batman vs Superman was announced and Marvel announced Captain America Civil War like right afterwards? And I know it's probably like, that's Marvel, but Marvel's owned by Disney. And I do feel like that was such a Disney move. Like, Disney kind of does that to a lot of companies. I'm surprised Disney didn't try to make their own Shrek. But yeah, the movie didn't do good. And you know what? Why not? Let's just go into the movie, or at least some notable things about the movie. So the movie starts with the father-son relationship, of course, with this father who's very much like, oh, I'm amazing. The zoo loves him. He talks about this amazing story about how he used to be in the wild. He was the king of the jungle. He used to beat up wildebeest every day and scare them away with his humongous roar. He had this like amazing roar. And he was telling his son this whole story about how he was basically this super huge king superhero. And now he's just, you know, the king of the zoo. And his son, of course, is like, wow, that's so amazing because I'm not that great. Blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff. I will say the opening animations that they did for the movie when telling the story, I thought that was very interesting. I actually thought that was kind of cute. I like that. I like that. That was pretty good. But when I saw the actual CGI animation for the animals, it was kind of scary. The reason why it was scary is because it felt like they were trying to do like realism. Like, oh my gosh, like the live action Lion King. The like realism animation, CGI, it felt like that. But this whole movie was that. And it was like, I don't think a cartoon movie should look like that. I think it should still look like a cartoon. But basically, the son has a problem with his roar. The son cannot roar. He sounds like a little bobcat or whatever. It makes him feel insecure because his father tells him all these amazing stories about how he has his amazing roar, and his father does have a great roar, but you know, the son is like, dang, I can't do it. Which is interesting to me too. That was kind of stupid because like the son is literally a cub. Why would a cub be able to roar that big at that small? Like that makes no sense to me. I don't know. So after that, we are introduced to the friends. And the friends, I have a few thoughts about them. I'm just gonna go through the thoughts real quick. Larry the Snake is so annoying. I do not like him. He was on my nerves constantly. I get he's supposed to be the ditzy, dumb, stupid character, but no, I just wasn't a fan. I did not like Larry the Snake. Bridget the Giraffe and Benny the Squirrel were kind of interesting. When I say interesting, I mean like, I know they're supposed to have, their whole thing was the relationship they had with each other, but Bridget, other than that, to me, she did not have that much of like a personality, which kind of sucked because I was excited to be like, oh my gosh, what is this, you know, this giraffe about to be saying and doing, and you know, is she going to be different from Marty from Madagascar, which she was, and the way she was different was she didn't have a personality. Benny the Squirrel, on the other hand, did have a personality. Half of it, of course, was his crush on Bridget, but the other half of the personality was that he was this zany, quirky, hilarious, like big shot little squirrel guy. I don't know, he was funny. I will say he was a little funny. He cracked me up at times. Nigel the koala was a little funny too. I will say that. Nigel the koala was, he had me cracking up a little bit. But other than that, I don't know, nothing really special to say about none of the characters. Oh, and of course the main characters. Samson the lion, wasn't really a fan. He was kind of one note, I guess. I don't know. I get the whole thing was supposed to be like, oh, I don't want to tell my son the truth. Of course, I'm telling you guys this prematurely, but he's never been to the fucking wild. He was lying to his son. But it just was, I don't know. I mean, his character was kind of boring to me. Like, very boring. And his son was boring too. A lot of these characters were very boring. There was nothing really that interesting about them. And like I said, Nigel was funny. Benny was funny. That's it. But anyways, Samson gets into an argument with his son because his son's friends, these two other animals, try to get him to chase some gazelles onto like this ice hockey thing that they were doing with the turtles. They were like doing ice hockey with the turtles, which is weird because that is a core memory from my childhood. I don't know why the turtles on the ice is a core memory from my childhood. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why is that scene specifically a core memory? But anyways, they get into a huge argument. Samson says some mean things to his son. Son runs off angry. His son climbs a gate and walks into... It was so dumb. I'm like, why are you climbing the gate? He climbs over the gate, walks into this giant green crate, and it closes on him. And he gets taken. What? Why is the crate just open sitting there like that? Why didn't he hear people coming up to like trucks and stuff coming up to do anything? Why did he climb the gate? All of it was so dumb to me. I just did not like it. So after this, somehow they see all this happen. Samson tries to, wait, did I say the son's name was Samson? The son's name is Ryan, right? You see, I just did not care for a lot of these characters. But Ryan got to, Samson basically, like, I need to go get my son. He got taken by this truck, and somebody, I think it was like these pigeons that were like, oh, the truck is going to the Statue of Liberty. So he was like, okay, we need to go to the Statue of Liberty. So him and all his friends get into a garbage truck. Somehow, a lion, a giraffe, a koala, and all of them are able to fit into this garbage truck thing and get put into the garbage. And they're riding in the garbage truck, not dirty either. I don't know. This movie gagged. And I know I'm going through this pretty quickly. The reason why I'm going through this like pretty quickly because I don't want to sit here and just like be describing the whole movie. I kind of want to just get to my thoughts and things about the movie to get it out the way. So then they get out of the garbage truck, chased by some dogs. Why is a lion, a giraffe, and a koala getting chased by dogs? So they jump into the sewer and we meet two crocodiles, which looked scary as heck when they first introduced them. I will be honest, that scared the mess out of me when I was a kid. They talk to the crocodiles. The crocodiles are really nice. The crocodiles are basically like, y'all need to go to this area, and when you get there, basically you will find the Statue of Liberty and all the boats and stuff. They go to that area. Somehow they get over there in a good amount of time, and they find the boats. They see the boat with Ryan on it, and they're like, dang, the boat is about to get ready to leave. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is the end of the movie. They're going to go and get on this boat and get Ryan, right? I felt like I've been sitting here for like, when I was sitting there watching it, I felt like it's been like an hour and 20 minutes. So I was like, this is the end of the movie. Y'all, when I tell you, I was less than halfway through the movie. I had a whole like 50 to 40 minutes left to watch. I was gagged. I wanted to cry because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was bored. I was very bored. Like describing all this, I was bored while watching this. It was so hard to like stay focused. The movie was so boring. Like the first 10 minutes, okay. Everything else, boring, terrible, would not recommend. And I just was like, why is this taking so long? Like seeing that runtime nearly made me feel depression. So anyways, the boat leaves with Ryan. They're like, dang, the boat is leaving and it's going to like some jungle far out across the ocean or whatever. So I'm like, okay, they're not gonna be able to get him, but there's 40 minutes left. What is he gonna do, swim back? Oh my gosh. They get on a tugboat, like one of them little tugboats, and they drive it out, like following the boat. What was the logic behind the people in the, like, what was the people that was sitting in the room when this movie was being made? What was your logic? How did that tugboat, first off, how was it okay with all those heavy animals on it? Also, how did the tugboat not run out of oil, gas, or whatever? It's going across the world. It's not going like across the pond to another borough. It was going across the world. How? Like they spent days and nights on that tugboat. How were they driving it? It's so many different things. Y'all, I'm so confused. So, besides my confusion, they are driving this tugboat out on the water in days and nights. And they finally get to this island. Now, when they get to the island, this is when the second half of the movie starts. And I'm like, geez Louise, like, can we please just get this out the way? So they see that the island has a volcano, and the volcano is about to get ready to erupt. And the boat is basically using those green crates to collect animals from the island to save them. Cool, slay, PETA, all that. So at this point in the movie, I'm gonna be really real with y'all. My attention was gone. I was watching the movie, but I was so disassociated. I was thinking about other YouTube videos that I need to write out, things I need to do, books I need to read, books I need to order. I was started looking at clothes on Target. I was so checked out. This part of the movie was worse. It was so much more boring. Besides one scene got me. One scene woke me up, and that was the scene with the hippo.
Baby!
That was so funny. I don't know why. That got me. And it got me back in for like 15 minutes. And then I was back out. I was like, okay, I can't anymore. Basically, there was this whole thing with the wildebeest, and they were all lined up like they were about to sing Be Prepared by Scar. And they had their little cave with the lava and stuff. They did not sing it. They just played some awful music instead. And they also sung some kind of like awful music. It was terrible. The music of this movie was really, really bad. The wildebeest want to eat the lions. The wildebeest also, for some reason, are praising or praying to the koala because he's like their god. I'm telling you, I was so checked out. It made no fucking sense to me. Side note, the leader of the wildebeest name was Kazar, like Scar. And to round all this up, because I really don't remember much of anything else because I was so checked out, but I do remember like little bits and pieces. They defeat the wildebeest leader. The rest of the wildebeest get on the tugboat with this lion, this giraffe, this lion cub, this koala, all these animals, like so a bunch of other animals too, on this tiny ass tugboat, and they drive off of like the island. Still, no new oil, no new gas, no nothing, and they get on that boat and drive out to the ocean. They're like, we're about to start our new lives, and everybody's partying, and the movie ends on a happy note. Okay, now I will say I do realize I left out the part about the roar. Yes, some point in the movie the little lion learns how to roar good or whatever, and the dad does his humongous roar or whatever. Honestly, I wasn't paying that much attention. The movie was boring. That's all I can say. The movie, it wasn't giving me like, oh, this is such a Madagascar copy, I hate it. No, the movie was just really boring. And it was really hard to watch. Like, if you want somebody to be, you know, okay, wait. This is gonna sound so crazy. You ever see those videos, somebody be like, when somebody's over your house too long and you want them to leave, but they don't know how to like get that you want them to leave? If you want somebody to leave your house, put this movie on. Put this movie on, I swear to you. They are going to be fucking bored and they're going to be like, I'm leaving. What the fuck is this? Like, I can't. What is going on? You put this movie on for like, if you got somebody that you want to break up with and you're dating them, put this movie on as a movie that you say, I think we would love this movie. I watched it and I think this like gives me your vibe. And they are going to be like, what the fuck was that? And you'll be like, exactly. And it felt way too long. I felt like I got a life sentence or something. Like, what the hell? I was sitting there watching a 1 hour and 30-minute movie for 5 hours. I felt like I was literally being punished by God himself. Like, I felt like the worst, most unimaginable thing that anybody had done on earth. But they were supposed to get punished for it, but for some reason, God turned and was like, oh, they had the same name as you, so you must be them, and put this movie on me. This movie was so long. Now that I'm done with all that, and you guys kind of get the gist of the movie, probably not, because I'm very bad at explaining it, but you guys kind of get that. Let's read some of the reviews of this movie that came out at the time. So I went to Rotten Tomatoes, and these are just a few of the top critic reviews. Derek Adams says, the animation here impresses more than in the equally defunct Madagascar, but everything else smacks of an easy money-making exercise of such dim-witted inanity, even the youngest kids will see through it. He seemed like he felt a little strongly about that one. I'm not even mad at him. Somebody gave it a good review. Let's read this good review. Helen O'Hara says, the wild roars back from a rocky opening act to a storming last reel. Bitch, why you lying? Just managing to claw its way above comparisons with Madagascar. I will say, it does, like I said, the comparisons to Madagascar, I get the reason why y'all saying that because they're all zoo animals, but besides that, there really isn't. Oh, wait. they're all zoo animals and they do travel across the world. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get that. All the other like similarities aren't giving Madagascar. They're more so giving me Lion King and Finding Nemo. I'm just being real. And not even good. Like they took the things about anything that was bad about Lion King and Finding Nemo, they put it in this movie and made it worse. How? I don't know, but they decided to do that. Neil Smith says, what's so aggravating here is the grievous lack of wit, imagination, and plain old story. I 1000% agree with that. Like, how do you make an animated movie and it's like nothing imaginative, cool, or fun in it? The most fun thing, literally, like I said, was that opening part with the little animations and extra stuff when he was telling the story. That was actually cute. I liked it. Everything else was terrible. I hated this movie. Jim Ridley says, the animation is exquisitely detailed down to the lion's individually moving whiskers, but when's the last time you enjoyed a cartoon for its realism? Literally! That's what I'm saying! Like, it was giving realistic, but it was giving realistic in a creepy way, not in a good way. Like, oh my gosh, this animation is so... Like, cartoons are supposed to look like cartoons. This, it was too weird. It was going in between cartoon and realism, and I did not like that. Last review, which I 1000% agree with, and this review is everything because of this. And this is from Richard Probst, and he says, it's frightening to me to think that a group of studio executives sat around a room and green-lit this film. I agree. There's so many different things they could have did with this movie, and the animation could have been fixed, the story could have been better, the voice acting was okay. I will say that. I will say the voice acting was okay. I don't blame the voice actors, but like, the direction could have been better. Everything just could have been better. This just wasn't it. If you remember this movie, please let me know down in the comments below. And let me know what your thoughts are on it too. Like, did you like it as a kid? Did you hate it? And I'm just still more surprised that Disney made this movie. This is a Disney movie. Like, let's not let them forget they made this movie. Just for the fun of it. Let's just like throw this out there. Let's make it like trend or something. The Wild, 2006. Make it a whole trend. Put it on shirts. Oh my gosh, put it on shirts. I survived watching The Wild. Now that we've reached the end of this weird video, let's talk about my suggestions of the day. My song suggestion of the day is Ballad of a Homeschool Girl by Olivia Rodrigo. If you have not heard Olivia Rodrigo's new album, Guts, please go listen to it. It's absolutely amazing. And this song is my fave song right now. I love it so much. I relate to it. It's amazing. It's the sound, the lyrics, the production. That's funny. The production, everything. I just really love this song. So check it out. My show suggestion of the week is One Piece, the live action. It is on Netflix. So yes, I will say, if you want to watch the anime, I really do suggest it because I think the anime is actually pretty good. It's just too long. The One Piece anime is way too long. Way too long for me. But if you are a person that doesn't mind watch something that long, you should watch the One Piece anime. But if you are a person that does not want to watch anything that long, then I do recommend that you watch the live action. It actually was pretty good. I liked it. My movie suggestion of the week is Elemental. So if you have not seen Elemental, it is a really good movie. It's on Disney Plus. Surprised it didn't do that good in theaters. I think it was good though, and I think you should check it out. It's really good. It's called Elemental. But anyways, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will be talking to you guys pretty soon because the next video should be 2018. And a lot happened in 2018, and I can't wait to do this one. This is like I've been writing this one for the past few days, like while I've been sick and before I was sick. This is going to be an interesting one. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later, and bye.